Thursday afternoon chat. Your favorite artists with Jayar.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please put your hands together for Tampa Zone, more specifically the NPR, Mr. Josiah Queen.
Yes, sir. Let's go. Thanks for having me, man.
Let's dive in. I've got I want to start with this. That night in Tampa, the album release show for Zion. It's a hometown show for you. You could tell it was a special night. I was stage. I was there.
Okay.
But it was. I'm standing next to a friend, and we're watching you talk about. You said, "Hey, everybody! 2.5 years ago, here at the USF Yingling Center, I was walking across this stage getting my business degree." And here I am. It ended up being the most ticketed event for a faith-based show in Yingling Center history. And 2.5 years ago, you're there in cap and gown, and you're telling the story, and I'm like, there's no way he's not gonna cry. And I'm like watching the big screen because I'm like, you can't say something like that kind of a Rudy moment and not cry. So I have to know, did you shed a tear? And if not, how are you not human?
I would say, like, I don't know. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a pastor skin in me, but like whenever I'm in front of people, that many people, I'm normally pretty good at like holding things back. But I would say after the show, me and Trin, we in the green room, we were like, I was just like, oh, I cannot believe that literally just happened. Like it was a special moment between us, and I would say that moment. I never admit that I cry, but I'm just gonna, I'm gonna say that there was dust in the room. You know what I mean? So
there's dust on my
it was a special night.
Yeah.
there was dusty Bibles in my eyes or whatever. Yeah. So yeah.
That's awesome. It was a very special night. I would love it if we could do a request from me here, because at the show in Tampa, I was like, oh, my favorite Josiah Queen song is Watch Your Mouth. And when you did it, I'm like, it was giving me some confirmation that my radar for a good song is not broke, because the crowd, for a non-radio song to blow up a crowd like that is just awesome. Can you talk to me about the song?
Yeah, I think it is like when we do shows, I would say it's the loudest song, people singing it, and I can't really put my finger on it. And except for I think the phrase of just yelling, like, watch your mouth. Like, I think people just I don't know, it's even louder than like Dusty Bibles. Like, people start screaming it, and it's insane. I mean, we've only played it a handful amount of times now since the album's out, but every single time it just is like people scream. They don't sing it. I think that's what it is. They don't sing it. They just scream it.
Yeah.
And it was just, like hearing it sang back, like that it was just crazy. It's honestly, I think it's one of my favorite songs to play live.
Yeah.
If not my favorite one. So
the heart behind it, because we've all had, and I do this so much in my own life where I start to believe things that are not true. And if you don't get out of that mindset of walking in the truth of Scripture, but yet rather how I feel, or, lies spoken about me, was that a struggle that led to the writing of the song?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think specifically for me, I just had I kept having these like thoughts and these, like, man, I just don't think that I am like good enough to do this. Like, I don't know if I have a good enough voice, or if I don't know if like my concerts are good enough, like, are cool. Like, I don't know. I just kept doubting everything I did. I felt like that. I was just kept doubting. And then like, when I wrote this song, I just had this like realization that, that like when I'm speaking down on myself, when I'm at the end of the day, I'm doubting Jesus. I'm doubting that he's the one who put me here. And so that song kind of came out. It was like a freeing song for me, because it was like, I don't know, just like getting rid of all those like self-doubt, but like this doubt also that like God, like I felt like an imposter, like I shouldn't have been here. I'm like, out of all people, I don't feel like I'm the best singer. I'm not the best performer. I'm not this. So I'm like, man, why am I here? You know what I mean? But that song kind of came at a perfect time where, Jesus is like, like I literally like love you and I died for you. And like, and I had this realization that that's all that really matters, is that like, like God's love for me. And so, yeah, that's where that song came from.
Let's talk about Can't Steal My Joy that we've been playing for a while. Can you tell our audience how the Brandon Lake collab happened and just kind of DNA of the writing of Can't Steal My Joy?
Yeah, I mean, dude, that song, well, I met Brandon actually in Orlando, and he was like, man, he kept calling me, he was just like, man, you're a joy bomb. You're a joy bomb. I was like, all right, I've never been called that in my life. So I was like, all right. But he's like, man, we got to write a song about joy. So, we were actually writing it over like text message, and I sent him like a chorus just like, can't steal my joy. Just send it to him. He's like, man, I really like, and he was like on a tractor or something like that. Like legit was on like a tractor, and he was just sending me like his verse, and we literally were writing over text message, just sending voice recordings back and forth. And I went up to South Carolina, and we recorded the song, and that's kind of how it came together. So it was a very memorable experience.
So could you hear the tractor diesel in the voice memo?
You could, and I honestly think boy, he sent me also a picture. Like I send him, and he's like, "Bro, love this," and then just sends me a picture of his hand on like the steering wheel of a tractor, and it was like so like unrelated, but just sent that. I was like, "Oh, let's go, dude! We're writing this song while you're on the tractor," in very Brandon Lake fashion.
Everything right now is just popping for you. You're the songs are just getting played. The audiences are just knowing your music. That is not an easy thing to do. There's a million people, you and I know this, that have talent all over this country, even Christians who've got amazing voices and persona, but it's just such a hard thing to get people to know your songs. It's not an easy game. And so I just want to just relatably to our audience right now, how do you stay grounded? Let's say as a paycheck starts to rise to bigger numbers, let's say you're getting the things you wanted, but do you have a system in place? Greater men than you and I have gotten some success, some money, and they've crashed hard because we're so human.
Yeah.
So what kind of
Absolutely.
what kind of stuff do you have in place as this grows?
Yeah. I think for me, like I talked to I think I'm gonna say Torrin Wells. When I first started, he was a person that kind of like, I don't know, just gave me advice early on in my career. And I remember like asking him like some advice on like what to do. And actually, it's been a lot of musicians. I think it was him. And I was like, give me like, what is one advice you'd give to somebody, starting music? And he's like, don't move to Nashville. I was like, okay. It was like, I've gotten that for so many people. And I was like, I thought they were joking. I like laughed. They're like, no, I'm serious. And so one of the things for me, and it might sound silly, is like me and Trinity, we go to the same church I grew up at like every Sunday, like since I was a kid, the one I worked at. Like I go there, I surround myself with like the people that are just going to keep it real with me. Like I don't know, like I think it's really just about like surrounding yourself with people that are going to keep you grounded. And so like, yeah, like I live in Newport Richey still. I go to the same church that I've always grown up going to. I would say that's part of it. And then the other part is just like, I don't know. Like, I think that it's very easy to slip into a wrong mindset. And I would say I'd be lying if I said that like I was perfect at it. But, I think that having this realization that I find like the only way that you can get those things out of your heart is by getting closer to Jesus, and he like reveals those dark things inside of your heart. And kind of like that prayer that David had was like God, search my heart, like here's my heart, and just like search, and anything that's not of you, like take it. And that's like a prayer I have so much with God. It's like, all right, like Lord, even before every show, we did one last night, it's like, God, like I want to do this for the right reason. You know what I mean? It's so easy just to like not like knock it out, but like just being intentional. And we really do in every show and everything we do, we try to have the ministry first mindset. Like we have Trinity, you were at the show, Trinity comes up and she reads the word, and we really try to lean into like that being the most important thing. It's just that people hearing the gospel, people hearing about Jesus. And so, yeah, I'm not perfect about it. Just, I guess I see everything like, it comes and it goes. I know that right now things are popping, but 30 years down the road, I'll probably be, it might not. And and just being in a place where like open-handed, like God, if he takes this at any moment, like just grateful that I'm here in this moment. You know what I mean? So
That's awesome.
yeah.
Perfect.
So.
You've collabed with Forrest Frank, Brandon Lake, and a bigger name than those two, believe it or not, for me, is Benjamin William Hastings.
My God.
Who is on your dream list that it would be awesome to do a song with, album down the road?
Dude, I mean, like we're knocking them out, right? Like we're getting it's for me right now, I would say Phil Wickham.
Oh,
I keep hitting this guy up to get a song. I just love I've always been a big Phil Wickham fan my whole life. I wanted to like be Phil Wickham for like when I first started music. I wanted to make Phil Wickham. Like I just wanted to be that dude. So I don't know. Phil Wickham would be sick. So I'd say that's at the top of my list. So Phil, let's make it happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
can you hear us in San Diego?
Yeah, please.
We have a frequency there yet? That would be awesome. Let's end on this. Can you tell me are there any odd Thanksgiving? How long have you and Trinity been married?
2.5 years now.
Okay, I was gonna say you gotta answer that quicker.
Yeah. I was trying to it's like 2 or 3 years. It's 2 though. I don't know why. Yeah.
That's good you didn't give it to me in months. So
yeah.
Thanks. Just these first 2 Thanksgivings, are there any Thanksgiving traditions that have started that are going to continue or anything odd?
Yeah, so we go to Trinity's family lives in Iowa, and so every Thanksgiving we fly up before and go there, and it's freezing. So, but lately she does the whole Black Friday shopping with her family. I'm not a big Black Friday guy, but I remember lately the last 3 years this is donut place in Iowa. It's called Hurt's Donuts. I don't know if you ever heard of it. It might be other places, but it's open 24/7. So like on Thanksgiving at like midnight, we'll just get in the car, drive 30 minutes and get like donuts at midnight. It's not the most healthy tradition, but we do that. So
what's your plate look like on Thanksgiving?
So when we do 2 Thanksgivings, we do the one proper one in Iowa, and Trinity's mom and grandma do like the turkey and the ham and the mashed potatoes and the yams. And then when we do the Florida one, my parents, we just like everybody gets to pick like one dish. So like we'll just do like sushi and pizza and like never turkey. So we got the traditional, and then in Florida the plate, it looks basically like we'll do mac and cheese. So very non-traditional. So yeah, we'll do both.
Awesome. Hey, we are so proud of you here, and just watching just God's favor. And I rarely get to say this because I'm just a tough critic because I'm around music a lot. But like, I've just become a Josiah Queen fan, and the audience never gets to hear me say that about the artists we play too much. Go. So, yes.
Well, dude, I appreciate it, and it means a lot that y'all would have me on. And I mean, I grew up listening to Joy FM literally every single day on the way to school, on the way home. So just having the opportunity to, have a relationship with you guys and be able to come and, do shows like this. It's just, thanks for having me. And it's just kind of like one of those surreal moments for me. I mean, even hearing your voice, it's like, man, I did not think your face looked like that. Dude. I don't know. Like, I just grew up and I put like imagine your guys' faces. And that's like the biggest thing is like, now y'all, but you have a great face, bro.
Thanks,
that's not,
so. You too.
Dude, thank you.
Hey, I appreciate the time. All the best. Happy Thanksgiving, my brother.
The Thursday Afternoon Chat. Your favorite artists with Jayar.